Good afternoon. My name is AJ Rippin, and I work with the University of Central Florida's Institute for Simulation and Training. I also work with an organization called Moving Knowledge, where we help groups all over the world use cell phones as a platform for learning. The mobile learning environment is very complex. There's many different dynamics to the environment which make getting into the mLearning game very complicated. In this mLearning Fundamentals workshop, you'll get a hands-on experience with dealing with all the different types of components that are involved with running a mobile learning campaign. We'll be discussing the dynamics of the mLearning landscape, which is very complex. There's many things to think about when working with mobile devices and mLearning projects. There's hundreds of different types of mobile learning devices out there. There's iPods, there's iPhones, there's pocket PCs, there's cell phones, there's Palm Pilots, there's personal gaming devices. To think about and to understand all the different types of devices and to get learning to those devices requires a good bit of effort. There's many different types of mLearning content that we'll discuss as well, whether that's performance support, which is on-the-job training and on-the-job support, information, education, reference, other types of material as well. We'll also look at all the different ways that you can send and retrieve information to and from mobile devices, whether that be through the regular voice, through interactive voice response or audio through podcasting, through text messaging or multimedia messaging, through downloaded applications to the device, as well as information delivered over email. There's just many different ways to do that, and what we'll do is we'll look at all those different types of variables and help come up with a formula to figure out which format, which device, which method is best for you. And once we decide that, we'll have a hands-on approach to figuring out how to best create content for that device and for that audience so that you deliver and make the biggest impact with your mLearning initiatives. Again, the program is very hands-on. We'll be having a lot of interactive exercises where you'll actually be creating your own mLearning mobile learning applications. We'll be looking at a lot of the strategy. So once you have a good idea as to what type of mLearning initiative you'd like to do, how do you bring that back to your university, your agency, or your organization? And how do you sell that to get the funding necessary to be able to launch that initiative? And once the initiative is underway, how do you track the effectiveness of that program to validate the impact that it's making within your organization? We'll also look at all the different types of mobile learning development tools that are out there. There's many different types to choose from. There are what we would call the lower level open source that are free that will help you accomplish certain objectives. And then we'll also look at from that spectrum all the way to the higher end content development tools that are more of a full service type of application. We'll also be looking at and working with all the different types of lessons learned in terms of design. So how do you take information that's developed either from an e-learning or from another type of learning intervention, and how do you break down that information and make it available and work well on mobile devices from an instructional designer's perspective? We'll actually spend some time hands-on breaking down information and reformatting it and making it work on that tiny little screen from the handheld device. We'll also be looking a lot at the future of mLearning, and we'll be looking at what type of effort and energy that we do today and that we learn in this program, how can we make sure that it's relevant and will be available and worth it tomorrow and in the future. So all the hard work and lessons learned that are happening after the workshop, how can we ensure that all that hard work will not go undone or be all for naught and be able to be used within your organization and your university or whatever your learning environment is down the road into the future. And really what we'll do is after you leave this program, you will have all the fundamental components that you need within an mLearning environment to be able to really get the right information at the right time so you can make the right decision for your organization to be able to maximize your time, energy, and effort with mLearning initiatives. Very interactive, lots of question and answer segments that we'll be going through, so I can personally answer any questions that you do have about mobile learning specifically, that's applicable to your place. A lot of the examples that will be shown throughout the workshop are examples that I've done personally or that our team has done, and we'll be showing real applicable types of applications that are being used to this very day. So we'll be looking at examples from university, from government, from corporations, some initiatives that have a profit focus, some that are more geared towards more of a social or impact or economic development type of focus. And we'll also be looking at a variety of examples that are primarily mLearning or mobile learning initiatives, or that plug into the workflow of an organization and complement other types of training programs, whether that be instructor-led training, e-learning, but really how mLearning fits into that blended learning model. So I look forward to the opportunity to spend time with you, and I look forward to being with you and being able to really share with you the fundamental skills necessary to be successful in mLearning. Thank you.